Hello everyone and welcome to the stream of suffering, the stream where we cry live.
The stream where we suffer.
The stream where we suffer.
Hi.
Hello.
Today it's suffering.
It's the
Today
day.
is just suffering.
It's the day of Sakutaro. It's finally here.
It's finally here. Shall we?
We have been saying that for a while now, but now this time it's real.
No. Today is real.
Today is the day.
It is today. I checked.
So yeah, it's gonna happen.
I was tired of saying, "Oh yeah, it's coming," and then it didn't come. No. Today it is the day. So last time in Umineko, suffering. Today in Umineko, suffering.
Even more suffering. Twice.
Even more suffering. We can stop. We can stop.
We can suffer.
We can suffer.
Okay, we can suffer.
Last time in Umineko, Maria spent a lot of time explaining to Angel how magic works, so that she can use magic for herself.
Yeah, and
she
tried.
Delta.
She tried to summon all the stakes together, but failed miserably because she's not strong enough.
Yes. And Lambda Delta told Angel that Bernkastel basically played her. And there's no way that she's gonna...
Honestly, I do not trust Lambda Delta on that, because I honestly think that Bernkastel may have used a little bit of wordplay. Okay, I could see that. But I think...
She is a witch after all.
Yes, but I think when she said, I will try to find the best output that you can accept... I think that was genuine. And she never said, I will revive your family, which is different.
No.
She said, I will do the best possibility. I will look for the best possibility that you can have. What it is...
but Angel had a lot of copium.
Angel had a lot of copium. And it's actually reasonable that she had a lot of copium, obviously. But she said, okay, yes. I'll give you the best thing that you can get.
Yes.
But I cannot possibly, it's not in my possibility to give you any more than that. She made that pretty clear. So yeah, I think Lambda Delta is the one who is honestly playing her more than Bernkastel. Maybe a little bit of both, but if I have to point a finger to someone, yeah, that would be Lambda Delta.
Lambda. Okay, we can...
Let's go.
We can start. I am gonna start because I'm gonna take my revenge and I'm gonna make Pixel read the Sakutaro part.
Of course. What was happening here? Yeah, this is... okay, yeah.
Just changed.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder where they swapped it from. They were fighting over a donut or something, playing around really loudly.
Okay, so she managed to summon all of them?
Yes. In the past. This is the past.
Ah, this is the past, okay.
I was already used to the oldest and the third oldest sister arguing with each other. Even though they're both so quick to anger, it's a bit funny how they're both having to hold back a little. They might be surprisingly like each other.
賑やかにしていろとの仰せでしたが、これではさすがに少しボリュームを下げさせますか？
気にしないで騒いでてくれていい。教室の黄色い笑い声より100倍心地よいもの。
エンジ様、早く次のページ。エンジ様は読むのが遅い。
Okay, she was also reading.
マモンは読書が好きなの？地味なことが一番苦手そうに見えるのにね。
マモンが司るのは強欲、知識欲にもそれは通じます。
Ah, of course, makes sense.
ただし、独占したがるので、本を与えると人に読ませまいと、読書後に焼いてしまうこともあるのでご注意を。
Oh, wow, okay, that's a little bit extreme, but okay.
That escalated quickly.
You burn them after reading them. Okay, what if you forgot what was written in that?
I
Whatever.
don't think she will ever.
私は誰も知らないことを私だけが知っている。誰もできないことを私だけができるのが好き。だから勉強は好き。で、私だけが誰も知らない英知を独り占めしたいから。
As Mama said that, her eyes sparkling, she peered down the page that was open and read through it again. You could see the greed that made her covet that page even more thoroughly than I did.
I was thinking... Couldn't... Since only Anja can see them, okay? Couldn't she, like, use them to cheat, like, in tests and stuff? Like, to copy to other people and stuff like that?
We'll talk about this in 1 hour and something. As you can see, my magical power has grown much stronger than it was on the first day I summoned them. By now, I got them so that I can summon all of the 7 Sisters of Purgatory at once, and still calmly read a book like this. This place, although I can't recall exactly where it is a quiet and calm street-side bench. I'd been young back then, so I don't remember the details of its location. Still, I remember that my days walking here were a lot of fun. Together with Dad, Mom, and even Oni-chan. It was a memory of a very rare and very happy day when everyone had been together. The people who walked by every once in a while didn't notice me. They just pleasantly ignored me and passed by as though everything was normal. Even the 7 Sisters' incredible outfits weren't embarrassing or anything. Because it wasn't like anyone was actually watching. Come to think of it, I'm getting pretty used to it.
What do you mean anyone was actually watching?
As long as they don't make me wear those.
Ah, well, of course.
I was sitting on a stylish bench, memorizing a timeline for world history. In an academy system where everything is based on collective responsibility, there's no tolerance for dunces. It seemed that I was considerably below the average grade for the class. According to those extremely intellectual girls, if I alone improved my grade, the average would rise drastically. They had been kind enough to show me with a graph drawn by colorful pens on a B4 sheet of drawing paper.
That doesn't sound... I know this is gonna continue in a horrible way. Just go.
Just thinking of the effort it had taken to draw that was repulsive. But I've already spat out all of those complaints.
Ah, okay, wait, no, I completely got this wrong. Okay, no, okay. They made that graph. They made that graph to pinpoint how dumb she is. Okay, now it makes sense.
Yes, I've already voiced my constant and furious anger and sadness to these girls here. The sisters were sometimes indignant, sometimes sympathetic, and sometimes moored along with me. I was truly happy to be able to share emotions like that with friends. It's said that they were originally furniture that existed to carry out Beatrice's cruel sacrifice ceremony. According to the occult message bottle I hated, it seems that several of them even attacked my family. But I don't believe that, and it's pointless to question them about it.
Well, if they are furniture, it's like a tool. It's not like they did that. The person who owed them did that. So, in that sense,
They are furniture, so they only respond to their master's quest.
yeah, exactly.
requests. Even if they really did attack my family, I can't hate them. What I really hated was the Golden Witch, Beatrice. Or else that ringleader of the Shiromiya suspicion.
Aren't you the Golden Witch now, Enge? But this is the past, though.
Onteva. This is the past, future recalling the past.
It's Enge's flashback, so it's the future
yes.
for everyone else, but for her it's the past.
Yes.
Time traveling.
Time traveling.
エンジ様早く次のページ。
あ、ごめん。疲れたわ。少し休憩させて。
エンジ様休憩だって遊ぼう遊ぼうエンジ様遊ぼう
When they noticed that I had interrupted my studying, the most energetic youngest sisters gathered around me. And that wasn't all.
Everyone, okay, the entire
Even
cast
Mario
of the game,
Nichan.
okay.
And Sakutaro showed themselves. They had probably been very close by, but they must have hid themselves so they wouldn't interrupt my studying.
ルリュウエンジお勉強どうお勉強どういやーサク太郎
There we go.
ちょっと私にもモフモフさせて早い者勝ちだっていつも言ってるでしょ。あーかわいいかわいい。
ウキュー潰れちゃうよウリュウ
七姉妹が揃ってる時に現れたのが運の尽きだ。おとなしくモフモフされてもらおう。
Death by Ag.
いっつもこんなにしてしまって愚昧な姉と妹どもが申し訳ありません。
サク太郎もみんなに会えて喜んでるよ。どうエンジお勉強の調子は。
ありがとう。まあそこそこには。ご丁寧にも他のクラスで先にあった小テストのプリントが回してもらえたの。麗しい連帯感に涙が出るわ。とりあえず年表を頭に入れるだけでもまあ多少はマシか。
ウリュウエンジお勉強偉い。いっぱい点数取れるよウリュウお疲れ様。マリアお勉強は全然ダメだったからちゃんと勉強すれば点数が取れるエンジが羨ましい。
ご冗談を。英語、ラテン語、オカルトのそんなのを丸暗記できてるお姉ちゃんの方がよっぽどすごいわ。
It's not exactly stuff you learn at elementary school or something, so...
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
Imagine being a 9-year-old girl and knowing
魔法のお勉
Latin.
強は何でも覚えられるけど
That's
つまんないお勉強は何も覚えられない。
that's like a special interest since she's like autistic or something like that. So yeah.
Yeah.
だからテストでも何も役に立たない。
確かにオカルトの知識はどうかと思うけど英語なんかは成績に結びつくんじゃない？
小学校1年生の時、鉄砲のイラストの脇に四角が4マスあって、そこに名前を書きなさいって問題があった。
Okay.
ライフルって書いたら×だった。
ど
Ah.
うして？合ってるじゃない。
鉄砲が正解だって。
Not the heavy.
Well.
カタカナは小学1年生では習わない
Ah,
から。
okay. Yeah. Good job. Instead of
Good
saying,
job.
hey, good, you know this thing that is actually pretty hard. No, this is wrong. Okay.
マリアはよくその日以来テストでは全てひらがなで。でもなぜかママには怒られる。 先生にも怒られる。
What? Why?
お姉ちゃんは多分生まれる国を間違えたわ。
Yeah.
ならマリア、
wrong
魔
time.
女の国に生まれて魔法学校に入りたかった。そうしたらもっともっと素敵な魔法の友達がいっぱいいたかもね。でも別に今は何も気にして、だって魔法はいっぱい使えるし、魔法のお友達もたくさんいる。マリアにはサクタロがいれば十分だもの。僕だけじゃないよ。サクスケもサクキも動物の音楽隊も
What?
ピンポン。
ウサギのサナエさんも小
I'll see you
豚の
later.
ピコ君も他にもいっぱい。
Just when you hear ping-ponging game, you're gonna understand.
Okay. Ah, it's Rosa's coming home. I see.
No.
No? Okay.
No, it's another thing. Incredible. The number of Nechan's friends keep increasing. Every time I ask, the number of names for her friends grows. But there's no doubt that Sakutaro is her best friend. I'm a little jealous of all those close friends.
どう？七姉妹は仲良くやれてる？
本当に賑やかな姉妹。たまに物騒なことを言い出すけど、本当はサクタロみたいな可愛い子が良かったんだけど、今は彼女
もっと私の原初の魔法を学んだなら、きっとエンジェの好みの友達。今のエンジェに想像はまだちょっと難しいね。
想像と召喚は違う。そして反言もまた違う。やっぱり一番の願いは家族を蘇らせること。 よりしろは持ってるよ、これ。
そうだね。
The hair
Yes.
things.
そ
Yeah.
の髪飾りなら
Hair
いつ
accessory.
かきっとバトラーを呼び出す鍵に。あとはエンジェの修行次第だね。
Now that I think about it, shouldn't Butler recognize her by the hair accessory?
I'm just gonna say that Butler is stupid as fuck, okay?
That is actually not even arguable, and it's clear.
Yeah. It's basically that. But we could argue that Butler doesn't really recognize it because he didn't give it too much of a thought.
I mean, now
because it was just
that
a random
now that I
thing.
think about it, it could be like I think they are like a normal, very normal hair accessory. So maybe it's something that it's like a bajillion of them. So it's something very generic.
Yeah, he didn't. He just did something for Angel. Didn't think too much about it. So just there.
Yeah,
There you go.
no,
You
it
wanted
makes
this,
sense.
there you go. But Butler is fucking stupid.
And also there's to consider that Butler is stupid. Yeah.
それがいつまでかかるのかわからないのが泣けるけれども。
ウリュウ、辛くてもしっかりエンジェが諦めなければ絶対にいつか叶うよ。
絶対に叶うという保証を誰かがくれたなら、きっと心も休まるでしょうにね。
ウリュウ、なら僕が保証する。エンジェはいつかきっと必ず願いを叶えられるよ。
ありがとう。気休めでも嬉しいわ。
気休めじゃないよ、ウリュウ。ダメだよ、エンジェ。そういう感情は半魔法の毒素になるよ。
Oh.
夢は必ず叶うって気持ちが一番よく芽吹く魔力の種なんだよ。
そうね。ごめんなさい、お師匠様。
エンジ様は少し強欲さが欲しいもののためにはどこまでも手に入れるまで絶対に諦めないという根性が。ウリュウ、そんなことないよ。エンジェは頑張ってるよ。
ありがとう、サクタロウ、マモン。泣き言なんて何の足しにもならないもんね。私にはただ頑張るしか道はないのよ。努力するわ。歯を食いしばってね。そして必ず夢を叶え、絶対に。
ウリュウ、エンジェ
That's
ないよ。頑張ろう。 僕もママも応援する。応援。主が強欲であればあるほど私たちの価値も上がるというもの。それよりエンジ様、せっかく10人も集まったんだし、みんなでしりとりでもして遊ぼうって提案があります。負けたら罰ゲーム。私に耳をかじらせて。
もうあんたの頭には食欲以外ないの？
グマイどもの愚かな提案をお許しください。そろそろ勉強に戻られなくても大丈夫ですか？
やだやだやだ、ずっとお勉強終わるの待ってたのに遊んでもらえないなんてやだ。
悪くない提案と思い、たまには遊ぶのも頭の良い柔軟になるかと。
ベルフェが司るのはもっともらしいことを言ってるけど、うまいことを言ってるわね。
Yep.
失礼しました。エンジェ様は勤勉でおられる。
エンジさえ良ければ私もみんなと遊びたいな。みんなでワイワイ、きっと楽しい。エンジェ遊ぼう遊ぼう。みんなでしりとりをやろう。
What is Shiritori again?
In Italian is Catena delle Nuvole. So
Ah!
it starts with a...
Okay, yeah.
So you start with a
I
word, and then you need to use the last
Yeah.
in Japanese. And...
I even know that is a Japanese thing with syllables, but I didn't remember the name. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's this one.
この場合、何からになるの
Ryu?
You would, yeah.
Ryu or Ryu?
It should be Ryu.
からなんだろう。やっぱり竜。
こんなおかしな語尾の単語が出てくるなんてめったにない。
じゃあ私が竜から行くね。時計のネジの竜図。
Watch Crown.
私が一番に言いたかったのに。
Of course.
リュウトの方が素敵。図？なんだかさっきから難しいのばというか、順番どうなってるの？次は誰？
ウリュウ、誰でもいいと思うよ。思いついた人順でいいよ。何それ、面白いね。いっぱい言えた人が勝ち？早口しりとりだね。じゃあ私行く。ズッキーニ、ニンニク炒め、
Garlic seed fry?
メカブのパスタ。
Oh, yeah, that's all food, okay.
It's all food.
これも美味しそう。3つもいっちゃった。
ベルゼ3点獲得。接続詞はありなのか。
のがありになったら何でもありになっちゃうわ。最後のはダメよ。1点減点。目からよ。
じゃあマリア、メレンゲ。ゲ？うりゅ
下水道、埋め立て地、地下室。
Ah, because you is a okay. Yeah, it makes sense.
ざっとこんな感じ？
お姉様、なんだか品のない単語ばっかり。
Well, yes, but still.
何よ。じゃあ品のいい単語で続け。とにかく私3点ね。次はつよ、つ。
こんな変なしりとり初めて。面白い。ウリュウ、全然わかんないけど、ウリュウ。
I've played normal Shiritori before, but I've never experienced a Shiritori this weird. There's only the seven sisters, Mario-nechan, Sakutaro, and me. I'm now surrounded by friends that are so fun to be with. The courage to accept a world of magic, a world of witches. That alone didn't change the fact that I was still locked up in an academy, without a single friend in my class. But despite that, I'm able to have such a fun and lively time. I'll also become a witch, like Mario-nechan. And someday I'll add my family to this fun circle. Dad, Mom, and Oni-chan. And if possible, Giorgio Oni-chan and Jessica Oni-chan. And the other relatives. I'll call everyone here without a single person missing. and we'll all gather together.
それが私の夢。そうよ、私はそれを叶えるまで絶対にくじけない。
エンジ様はきっと大魔女になら、あなたがそうだと信じるだ。我ら煉獄の七姉妹はその日まで常におそばにお仕えするでしょう。
いてくれる？いつまでも私の力になって。
当然だって私エンジ様の友達じゃない。
ええ、そうね。常に全員揃ってみんなで遊びましょう。今もこれからもずっとずっと。
エンジ様が夢を叶えられる日まで。
The lively 10-person game of Shiritori. Alongside the street cut off from time, under the constantly bright rays of the sun, could have continued forever.
But something horrible's gonna happen because this scene was too happy.
マジほんと。どういうわけ、後宮さん。
Of course.
In the end, I wasn't able to get a very good grade on my test. I tried memorizing things in my own way, but if you could manage anything by cramming the night before a test, no one would ever worry about tests.
あらかじめ問題が分かってたら普通楽勝じゃない？楽勝。
さすがの私たちも空欄にその程度はお勉強。
何これ、ちょっとマジこれ信じらんない。ほとんどダメじゃない。あんた本当にちゃんと予習したわけ？
一応
一応ってレベルじゃありませんことよ、後宮さん。ここまでひどいと私めまいすらしそうですわよ。おお、神よ、こんな簡単なテストすら無残な成績を残し、クラス全体の平均点をガタ落ちさせる彼女を
Sounds like Beatrice, actually.
Yeah, the same test had been given in another class first. That test paper had been obtained, so the average score for our class had been unusually high. Enough to obscure my slight improvement.
Ah, that's why. Okay.
However, there were some things I had no excuse for. If I'd spent the entire day studying like mad, I might have been able to get a slightly higher score. But I hadn't gone that far. After that, on that day, I spent the whole time having fun playing Shiritori with the seven sisters, Sakutaro and One-chan. As expected, the winner had been Maria One-chan. She was a strong player thanks to her wide knowledge of trivia. Sakutaro had gotten the punishment game. He spent the whole time cheering for everyone else's answers, completely forgetting to think of any himself. Because of that, he'd be squished by the seven sisters and had his ears thoroughly nibbled, hadn't he?
ねえ、聞いてる、後宮さん。
They were surrounding me, twittering like small birds. They were annoying, smelly. On the outside of that circle was Mammon, an exasperated expression on her face.
相変わらずおかしな学校ね。自分の成績が良かったなら万々歳じゃないの？
連帯責任とやらのせいでしょ。彼女らにとって自分の成績がどうこうじゃ、クラスの平均点が低くて恥ずかしい方が問題なのよ。あるいはその結果、罰則として与えられる奉仕活動が嫌で仕方ないのかもしれない。
それってつまり成績を良くしたいから勉強し、連帯責任や奉仕活動が嫌だから勉強してるって意味？
Yes.
Yes.
妬ましくて恥ずかしいの。誰かより劣りたくない。恥ずかしめられたくない。そんな気持ちだけが彼女らを勉強に駆り立ててる。
勉強がしたければ勝手にすればいいのに。騒がしい奴ら。
つまるところ、連帯責任も奉仕活動もなければ、勉強の意味も知らず勉強することの なんと愚かしいこと。
しかし本当にこいつらはエンジェ様の貴重な昼の一時を邪魔するなと言うのに。
こいつら嫌い。早くどっか行っちゃえ。お腹すいた。早く消えちゃえ。
Of course she's angry. Okay.
ごめんね、みんな。人間ってのはどうしてここまで浅ましいのかしらね。
エンジ様に努力させる方が楽で強欲に平均点を稼げるってことでしょ。人間なんてみんな、そしてより楽なようにそれを強いる。こいつらとはやがて煉獄の山で再会するわ。第五感を抜けるときはせいぜい己が足元に注意することね。
Mammon controls the fifth terrace of the mountain that reaches to heaven, Mount Purgatory. Since she's saying this, you can probably be sure that after those girls die, their journey to heaven won't be an easy one. No, on the contrary, let them just fall into hell. The class committee went to the student council and applied to use a classroom during lunch and after school. The purpose of use was for a class study group. A wonderful little gathering so that they could all surround me and make me study. I'm so grateful I could cry.
Yeah.
Which meant that every day all of my lunch and 3 hours of my afternoon would be stolen.
Amazing.
The Academy and its student council, with its team of student self-government, instantly approved of this pleasant activity that the students were taking up of their own initiative. In other words, I was no longer able to escape after school by leaving the classroom. After school, the first class study group meeting started right away. Would they open a textbook, then kindly and carefully explain so that even I could understand it? Of course it didn't turn out like such a naive illusion.
Of course.
After school in the classroom, dozens of my classmates crowded around my desk. First, before we started studying, why were my grades so bad? What was the reason? It was decided that we couldn't start until I could clearly answer those questions, become aware of the problem, and show regret for my actions. Of course, there's no way for me to respond when asked a question like that. They have loathed me all this time. And they've rejected me and kept me at a distance, preventing me from joining in on their community. So I've avoided their community myself. There shouldn't have been any conflict for either of us that way. So even in this group that was enthusiastic about raising the class average, they obviously kept me at a distance. Even if I tried to join in, they would probably ignore me like they always did in the past.
言ってくれれば私たちいくらでも教えてあげたよ。
Yeah, sure.
ね
They were getting themselves all worked up. I've already had enough of this hypocrisy of their tacked on excuses.
後ろ宮さんの悪いところはね、協調性がないところな。自分さえよ。
Ah, she's lacking converted personality. Okay.
セールチーヤの学び屋に集う者は協調の心を持つように。
You don't sound cooperative, first of all, but okay.
手帳にも明記されてましてよ。協調性があればクラス全体に貢献するために一緒にお勉強しようという意志も生まれると思うの。そここそが後ろ宮さんに。ねえ、さっきから私たちの話、あなたのために私たちはわざわざ放課後に残って
Ah, yes, for her sake.
I'm so grateful I could cry. Of course, they didn't like that. This way, it almost makes it look like we're bullying you. They
Almost.
reprimanded me.
Almost.
Fortunately, I'm normally all cried out anyway. If I'm told not to cry, I can hold it back. First, I was made to write a letter of remorse and read it out loud.
What the heck?
Of course, this was to be done by today. The class committee politely applied to the student council and the staff room for an extension on the use of this classroom. It seems it was accepted right away. Which means that starting now, I'll be forced into self-criticism for at least a full 5 hours here. Ushiromiya Enje got a low score on her test and caused trouble for her classmates.
違うでしょ。
成績が低くて迷惑をかけたってのは根本じゃないでしょ。協調性でしょ、協調性。
もう、なんで後宮さんの反省文の書き方まで私たちが指導しなくちゃならないのよ。
Their abusive jeers flew about one after another. I followed their directions and erased it. Ushiromiya Enje didn't have a cooperative attitude and caused troubles for her classmates.
ねえ、ちょっと。私たちが言ったのをそのまま書いてもいい？
あんた、反省
自分の言葉で書かなくて
What
意
the?
味がないじゃない。
Okay.
後宮さんってちょっと不思議な子だな。
Even following their directions didn't change the jeers much, and now it feels like they were mocking me even more. So for several more hours, without rest, without even being allowed to go to the bathroom, much less dinner, I was continuously abused. I was coerced into writing a paragraph that humiliated myself. At about 9 that night, I was told to stand up and read it out loud. The contents were smeared black with tears and eraser marks. It certainly was my handwriting, but it was like a list of soulless letters, whose contents I couldn't even remember. Everything had been copied down according to their orders. So while I had been the one to write the letters, they weren't my words. I'd be coerced into writing them down, and even coerced into reading them out loud. Even after all this time, I was surprised to learn that, beyond just ignoring people and hiding their things, there are other ways to bully people.
ほら、早く読み上げ。後宮さんのためにこれだけの人間が少しは感謝したら。
そこで感謝の気持ちが湧かないという時点でもう協調性がかけらほどもないのよね。
大丈夫よ、後宮さん。これからは私たちがいつも一緒にいてあげるから、一緒にお勉強して生まれ変わりね。
As I stood by my seat, surrounded by them, I dropped my gaze towards the blackened page. And then I spoke those humiliating words. But right away, jeers flew at me, saying that they couldn't hear and to speak up. I can't read it. I had no idea that being forced to read a paragraph humiliating me would be so painful. My throat shook. My fingertips shook. The paragraph of humiliation written in my own handwriting made my eyes burn with a hot liquid. So my world blurred and twisted. I saw the girls surrounding me twist and bend. I saw them twist and bend into the impression I had of them. In other words, that was my true field of vision. Beyond that twisted crowd of people, I could see my friends. Compassion could be seen in all of their eyes.
エンジェ、しっかり。うりゅう。
Marionechan and Sakutaro were looking at me with sad eyes. Probably because they realized that even cheap words of compassion would hurt me. They kept alternating between trying to say something and hanging their heads.
なんなのよ、こいつら。最低のやつら。腹渡が煮えくり返エンジ様を寄ってたかってなぶり者にして何が楽しいわけ？
妬ましくても吐き出せないエンサー。誰でもいいのよ。吐き出せればね。最低のやつら。
エンジェ様、ここはご自身の名誉のために怒り狂うことが許す。怒りは正当な感情で正当な反応。
Yes, exactly.
ここで怒らなかったらどこで怒るんですか？
やめなさいよ。安っぽくエンジェ様を怒らせないで。
Honestly, it would be the only reaction
それ
there.
ができたらもうやってるわよ、エンジェ様は。
怒って状況が改善できるならそうすべきだ。だが客観的に判断してそれはますますに状況は屈辱的だが、今は耐えるのが賢明だ。
No, no.
さすがベルフェネーは怠惰。
ふざけないでよ。私は耐えられない。こいつらが許せない。
みんな騒がないで。エンジェの負担になっちゃうよ。
負担？何言ってんのよ。ここは騒ぐと。私たち家具は主が侮辱されているのを見て冷静でいられるほど残酷じゃない。エンジェ様、そんな侮辱の文章を読む義務はありません。怒りの声を上げられないならせめてその屈辱の文面を。
口汚く罵らなくていい。のけぞらせるほどの大声を上げなくていい。ただ渾身の力でそのノートを床に。それだけのことでエンジェ様は強い意志を示すことができる。
勝手なことを言わないで。言ってるでしょ。それができるもんならエンジェ様だってとっくにやってる。
一時の感情の爆発は何もむしろエンジェ様に対する風当たりを悪くするだけだと。なぜわからん。
エンジェ様は悪くないのに、なんでこんな目に遭うの？夕飯も食べさせてもらえないで放課後からずっとこんななんて
今夜だけじゃないわ。今日も明日もいい加減にしてこんな屈辱耐えられない。
ねえ、私たちの話本当に聞こえてる？
Someone tugged at my hair. I was turned back into my tragic reality. I was no longer even permitted to listen to the Seven Sisters speaking on my behalf in my heart. My hair was lifted upwards. One of my hair ornaments came off, and I could hear the sound of it rolling on the ground. No one picked it up. To the contrary, they casually avoided it, as though something filthy was rolling towards them. I tried to follow it with my eyes, but my hair was tugged upwards again.
なんで私たちがこんなに真剣に話してるのにいつも聞いてないわけ？
右の耳から左の耳？それとも馬の耳に念仏かしら？あんたいい加減に。
私たち全員に迷惑かけてるって私たちに言われてるからいやいや書いたとか言い出すんじゃないでしょうね。
あんたが本当に自分の意思で反省できるまでマジで終わんないからね。今日だけじゃないよ。明日も明後日もマジで続くからね。あんまり舐めてんじゃないわよ。
Wait. Ah, okay.
つーかさ、なんでまだ生きてられる？普通私なら死んじゃうね。
Of
生
course.
きてられないよね。だってさ、生きてるだけで迷惑かけてるだけでしょ。私だったら絶対に生きてられない。
私だ。その方が世の中のためになるならすぐにでも死んじゃうよ。ねえ。じゃあ死んでよ。
エンジ様、
こいつら全員今すぐ殺してよ。ルシファー、聞こえた？あんたたち煉獄の7姉妹は人間なんかあっという間に皆殺しにできる。あんたらいつも私にそう自慢していたわ。ならやって、今すぐこいつらを皆殺しにして、今すぐこの場で。
それは
For some reason, Lucifer
なんで？
hesitated.
どうしてよ。目にも止まらぬ速度で飛び回って魔女の敵の心臓を即座に貫く必殺の核でしょ。そしてそれを主である私が今すぐ実行しなさい。殺してこいつらをみんな殺せ。
どうか落ち着いて。
If they had immediately followed my brutal order, making heaps of corpses with me at the center, I was ready to reflect on my own reckless actions of stealing human lives so readily, ready to regret and repent, just as they wanted me to. I was prepared to do that. And yet, Lucifer just let an unsure expression rise to her face and didn't move to carry out my order. I knew it. Yeah, I knew it. Vaguely. No, that's not right. I've known from the beginning. I've known that magic was all empty this whole time, haven't I?
何が煉獄の7姉妹よ。
だらない。くだらない。私、最初から知ってたんだから。
I glared into the worthless Lucifer's eyes, and pain seemed to accompany that gaze. As though she was being assaulted with a violent headache, Lucifer grasped her head with both arms. But it looked like she couldn't tear her eyes off my gaze, so she was assaulted with a pain that grew more and more violent.
Ah, okay. I see the point of this now.
Hopelessness and disappointment, resignation and a dream's end. A cracking sound like you'd hear from a frozen lake surface during a fierce winter rang out just once. At the same time, Lucifer's form, which was being tormented by a violent pain, stiffened in place and grew cloudy. But it was almost as though a beautifully polished glass window had been heartlessly smashed and turned white from the countless fissures. And that was an accurate analogy. At some point, Lucifer's form had turned into a glass ornament of the same shape. Countless fissures ran through it from the inside, as the head and arms collapsed and crumbled to the floor.
知女は誰？レビアタン？私の命令を実行。今すぐにこいつらを皆殺しにして。どうか沖を沈めて私たちはその。
I'm not looking for excuses or talkback or an answer. I want nothing more than a swift confirmation of my order to eradicate the girls who are humiliating me.
Are you okay?
I am not.
No? Okay.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
If you're going... Sorry.
That's okay.
If you're going to say anything else, there's no need for me to listen until the end.
I do understand the... It is a good question though. Why can't they do it now? Maybe Angel's not strong enough for doing that. Doesn't have enough magic and all of that, but...
I think the answer to this has already been given once, and they're gonna say it again, and the answer is very important. After Leviathan also turned white to the countless cracks throughout her whole body, she fell over backwards, splitting into separate parts along her neck, hips, and arms. If she'd been smashed to bits and lost her original form, it probably wouldn't have seemed so brutal. So seeing the two of them halfway left...
Leftover.
Yeah, made the remaining younger sister shake even harder.
I think there should have been a comma there, but they forgot it.
Yeah. Oh well.
どうして私の命令を聞いてくれない？どうして？どうしてよ！
恐れながら現在のこの場は反魔法力が非常に強く。
何よそれ？人間がいるからダメってどういう理屈？人間を殺すのがあんたたち。それができないならあんたたちは何のための家具なの？死ね
！Because there's too many of them.
As she clutched her head with both arms, Satan also turned white and fell down face first. Apparently the neck is the most slender part after all. Her head slid off and rolled over to Befelgo's feet.
Oh.
人間が多いからダメなの？じゃあ私が後でこいつらを一人ずつ物陰に呼び出せたなら、あんたたちはきっちり全員を血祭りにできるというの？
現在のエンジェ様の魔力では私たちとしかしこの場にいる全ての人間の前で権限するにはまだまだお怒りは深く理解できますが たとえ我らを攻撃に使え、この場の全員を殺害することは屈辱的とは思いますが、どうかこの場は怒りを収められて。
あとの3人も同じこと。ハンマー砲力が高いからできないっていう。私に魔力が足りないからできないっていうなら、全員をたった一人でいいから殺してみな。今すぐこの場で。
As Asmodeus and Beelzebub beheld each other, they crouched down, clinging in fear under my glare.
It's like shaken, basically.
Yeah, if they'd been able to obey my order, they probably would have carried it out immediately. And yet, here they were, crouching down. Empty, sad, and pathetic. That's right, I've known. These girls can't even touch reality with one of their fingers.
She's saying the same thing they told her.
死になさいよ。というかむしろ死ね。使い道のない家具を置いとくバカがいると思う？
やめてください、エンジ様。
何？あなただけは私の命令を遂行。そうよね。私の一番のあなただけは。こいつらを。
今のエンジ様には私たちを刺激しても人殺しはできません。主にできることを手伝うのが主にすらできないことを私たちにはすることができない。エンジ様はこいつらが憎いですか？
Ah, okay. If the master can't, they can't. And it makes sense.
Yeah.
They're basically a tool. It makes sense. So, by hypothesis, if they were, like, let's say, instead of stakes, if they were, let me think, like a dumbbell of like 30 kilograms, if you cannot, if you're not able to lift 30 kilograms, you are not be able to use that. Is that correct?
Also, yes, correct.
It's
slightly, that's the general point. There is one more layer.
That is basically, the other thing is, if you're not strong enough to carry out a thing on your own, you cannot use them to do it as well.
Yeah, exactly. So what she's saying is, do you hate them so much? If you do, just go ahead. If you do, I will act with you. I am gonna be the tool that you use.
殺したくなる気持ちよくわかります。ええ、どうぞ。ならば殺しましょうよ、エンジ様。
We stain our hands with blood, then we 7 seasons of purgatory will along with you, however far you go. Okay. Ah, okay.
あんたたちに頼んでるんです。私にできないことをできるから、あんたたちは家具なんでしょ。
ええ、家具です。使われてこそ家具です。どうぞ、我らを使って殺してください。殺すのはあなたです。エンジ様が殺したいと言うなら、どうぞご自由に。ためらうことはありません。どうぞ今すぐに。それを、そこまでの覚悟が伴った自らの手を汚す覚悟があったはず。でもエンジ様はそれに至っていないんです。
語るな家具が、妄想が。あんたたちには何もできない。あんたたちは所詮私の妄想。私には初めから友達なんて一人。孤独な私が心の中に生み出
Is
す。
this the moment she stopped using magic, trying magic?
知って
and then idol of them.
へえ、そうですよ。エンジェ様の頭の中の幻想ですけど何か？はい、そうです。私たちは友達のただ一人も癒し、寂しいエンジェ様の心を慰めるためだけ。見たければ現実を見るといい。私たちなんか見ないで。あそこで囲まれて罵声を浴びせられているあなたに戻るといい。ほらほら戻りなさいよ。都合のいい時だけ私たちを呼び出してお友達ご自分の手を汚す覚悟もないくせに、それをけしかけダメと分かったら否定して消し去る。ええ、どうぞお楽しみくださいよ。エンジェ様が期待されるような苦悶のエンジェ様がたった今浴びせられている罵声を私たちにも同じように浴びせかけて、それもまた家具の役目。ムカついて床に叩きつけられることもまた椅子の大事なお役目ですから。その程度のことで主の不機嫌を一時で家具としてこれほどの栄誉はありません。殺しなさいよ、否定しなさいよ、あなたの最初で最後の友達を。
That was a very good monologue.
I got it, sorry.
That's okay. I know. Especially, oh, I didn't mean to do that. Especially the kill me, deny me, your first and final friend. This is
Yeah, that killed me.
this is
That
so
sentence
good.
killed me. At the end, Mammon had a mocking expression on her face, but for some reason it looked splashed with tears. Mammon, Beelzebub, and Asmodeus were smashed and fled to the floor.
Uryu。こっちへおいで、作太郎。今の演者は少し冷静だから近寄っちゃダメだよ。みんなは、七姉妹のみんなは生きて死んじゃったの？大丈夫だよ。とても無残な姿だけど、あれは人間界を強制退去させられて残されたよりしろの残滓。抜け殻だよ。だから大丈夫。とても傷ついただろうけど、みんな生きてるよ。きっといつかまた会えるよ。ウリュ、よかった。よかった。エンジェはマリアージュ・ソルシエールの条約に違反した同盟の魔女はお互いを敬い、
Ah, because she heard furniture of someone else, of course.
みんなエンジェの大切なお友達だったのに。
そんな魔女の同盟なんて関係ない。魔法のお友達？いい加減にして。私が殺したわ。決して私が七姉妹を
ウリュ、そんなのひどいよ。ひどいよ。
もう魔女ごっこはいい加減にしお願いだから。マリアお姉ちゃんもサクタロも私が殺して消したなんて。
僕たちは妄想なんか。エンジェのお友達だよ。ウリュ。
Sakutaro said that as he hid behind Maria Onechan sobbing. Sakutaro doesn't exist. Sakutaro is also an imaginary creature Onechan created to distract herself from her loneliness.
ウリュ、痛い。なんでウリュ。やめて。私のお友達を否定することだけは許さない。
The same power that had smashed the Seven Sisters was probably eating into Sakutaro as well. But Maria Onechan was apparently protecting him with some other power. So Sakutaro's form didn't break and scatter. Onechan glared at me sharply. It was a serious expression that I'd never seen before.
サク太郎は私の家具。エンジェには消せないよ。なのに否定しようとするのは魔女にとって最大級の侮蔑も。
サクタロなんて最初からただのライオンのぬいぐるみ。それをお姉ちゃんがあたかも存在するかのように脳内でもう。
そんなことないよ。サク太郎はマリアの元はぬいぐるみだけど、今はぬいぐるみじゃないの。
いいえ、布と綿でできたぬいぐるみ。自ら喋れも動き。お姉ちゃんはそれを 腹話術みたいにして喋ってる。それが魔法？それが魔女？それが友達？そんなの私は認めないわ。
ウリュウ、僕じゃないの。僕はただの本当は喋れなくて、マリアのお友達じゃないの。
As though stuck with a high fever, Sakutaro weakened bit by bit. As he clung to One-chan's body, he did all he could to continue standing. But his body began to gradually slip down. As he did, One-chan held him, yelling at me as tears streamed down her face.
やめて！反魔法の毒でサク太郎を焼かないで！いじめないで！侮辱しないで！否定しないで！マリアお姉ちゃん変なの。サク太郎なんかいない。ぬいぐるみはぬいぐるみだもん。布と綿でできてるって。歩いたり喋っ無理。サク太郎、サク太郎、ぬいぐるみじゃないもん。ぬいぐるみじゃないもん。友達だ。
Oh, it happened before then?
ぬいぐるみ遊びなんかよりみんなでお外で遊ぶ。ぬいぐるみもう飽きた。返事なんかもうし。なんでそんなこと言うの。嫌い嫌い嫌い嫌い嫌い。最高だ。もう魔女の仲間になんか入れてあげない。原初の魔女見習いマリアの名において魔女見習いエンジェをマリアージュ・ソルシエール魔女同盟より署名とする。
And then, what had been peaceful days to me became a daydream and ended. By now it's impossible to prove. No one can verify whether there really was magic, or whether those really were my friends, or nothing, or else nothing more than a daydream. I, the sole observer, concluded that they were a daydream. So that became the truth.
Okay.
Perhaps in the farther future, I'll observe it again. And whether that happens, maybe I'll acknowledge that it wasn't a dream. That the Seven Sisters really were my friends, and that along with Marionne-chan and Sakutaro, they did everything they could for me in my isolation. Something so vague is neither the truth nor an illusion. Maybe the reality here and now is the only world with the real me. Where is the real me?
That's a good question because there's two angels now.
The person standing amidst the girls exposed wreckage that resembled broken glass sculptures. That girl who's breathing harshly, her shoulders heaving, isn't me. I'm over there. The me that's surrounded by a crowd and being showered by jeers, and who's hanging her head, her eyes red. Isn't the me over there the real me? I won't dream anymore. Because there's nowhere left to run, I'm going back. I return myself to the cage made of flesh.
ねえ、話。いつまでもうつむいていても何の解決にもなりませんわよ。
聞こえてるわ。
ああ、やっと返事。このまま黙ってれば終わるとか、泣けば許してもらえる。あんた、自分が周りに迷惑かけてるって自覚があるのかって聞いてんのよ。
I slowly nodded. I acknowledged it. I acknowledged that I had slipped into the world of my daydream, trying to remain separate from the others in my class. To separate myself from and disgrace the sisters who spoke to me with reliable and kind words. Despite being totally unable to help when I really wanted them to. I acknowledged that.
私、後宮エンジェは協調性がなくてクラスメートに、それは勉強ができないためクラスメート全体に対し過度の劣等感を持っていた。私は生きてても仕方ありません。
Starting there, I was no longer reading the paragraph that made me write. It was me improvising. And it was what was in my heart. They noticed that it wasn't what I'd anticipated. But while they did frown, no one spoke. So I continued.
そうです。私は生きてても1986年のあの日に、なのに、私だけが連れて行くとして、ここは、私誰も助けてくれ、一時、私の中に生まれた架空の友人たちだけが、私でも、友人たちは、所詮は妄想で、だってここは妄想の世界じゃなくて、だからつまり、私は今日まで現実のクラスメートを嫌い、妄想の友人たちとの交流の中だけに生き、その友人たちとは、だから私がここにいます。家族もいません。友人も捨てました。もう私には。どうして死なないの？さっきそう聞いた人がいます。その通りだと思います。どうして私は、1986年に私、いえ、きっと死んだんです。なのに、私の殺された魂は、だから、誰かにも、それに誰も答えてくれないなら、自分、誰か私を死なせてください。
I spoke that sentence and looked around. Dumbfounded girls.
That's their fault, but okay.
Shocked girls. Girls whose faces seemed to be saying, what the heck is this kid talking about? And, a bit late, more and more girls with faces that said, is this girl alright?
No.
Whispering, chattering, and then giggling. When I ordered the friends in my daydream to kill, they couldn't do it. And so, I asked the real humans to kill me. But of course, these girls can't do it either. In other words, but daydreams and reality are the same. Doesn't this mean that, including this world, absolutely everything is a daydream? Then, there's no problem, right? After all, on that day when I lost my family, I was already dead. Everything that happened afterwards is going on in my head, my life flashing before my eyes after I failed to die. Once I understood that, it felt like the scenery surrounding me began to twist and bend slightly. Yeah, I'll finally wake up. I'll be released from this daydream world. I felt my consciousness sliding away. That's so right. Fade farther and farther away and take me to my family. Then, no matter what happens in this twisted, stale world, I won't mind it at all. I saw the crowd get pushed aside as the teacher stepped in. Perhaps a teacher doing the rounds happened to notice a strange disturbance. The teacher was vigorously shouting something and moving to protect me. Watching that, I knew that an ally had appeared for me, even if there was only one. And I felt my awareness return very slightly.
Oh.
The only ones who can save me in this world of reality are real humans. Never again. Never again will I seek rescue from daydreams. This is the world of humans. And nothing can save a human except over other humans.
そうだね。エンジェがそう思ったなら、それがエンジェの世界。エンジェは、これで幸せになれる？エンジェが、それでしか幸せになれないと信じ、カゴの中にいる青い鳥を、そうだと認められないなら、どこまでも
探しに行かざるを得ない。
ウリュウ、マリアとエンジェはもう絶好なの？
絶好なんかじゃない。エンジェがそれを求めたからそうした。私たち魔女は時に迫害を。でも常にみんなのそしてきっとその助けを求められる。
エンジェもまた僕たちと遊んでくれる日が来る。
来ないでそのまま忘れてしまうこともあるか。人の世ではそれを成長や決別と呼ぶから。でも
If Angel just remembers, we'll always be by her side. And until then, we'll be waiting.
Okay. Well, at least a teacher saved in quotes her,
Yeah.
which is not much, but it could have been even worse. You good?
Yeah, it's... I've seen this scene so many times, it doesn't really get better.
Yeah, I can see it.
Fuck.
That scene was even too realistic for being with made up things in the middle.
Yeah. I was fine until Mammon spoke. I was kinda fine until Mammon spoke.
That moment is peak fiction. Really, that is a very, very good monologue in that point.
I'm fine. I am so fine.
Yeah, sure. You want me to?
Angel is fine.
Do you want me to read now?
No. You have to read
it's
now.
my
I am
turn.
done.
It's my turn. Okay.
I am done.
ウリュウ、マリア、返事して。ウリュウ、やっぱり僕はぬいぐるみなの。布と綿でできてるから喋れるわけないの？だからマリアとはおしゃべりできないの？
I have a question. Is the voice actor for Sakutaro the same as Maria? Because that would be amazing, actually.
I can... Let me look it up. Let's take 1 second of... You can... 1 second pause and let me look it up.
Yeah, that's okay. Let me drink.
Yeah. Umineko.
I would like to say that the stuff in the actual island nothing even happened yet, basically.
No, that hasn't even started.
Yeah.
No, it's not the same. But and at first when she got Sakutaro, she was actually
She was
Sakutaro,
actually doing that.
but,
Okay.
At the beginning, but I think that it makes sense for the sheer amount of voice lines this game has.
Yeah. It makes sense. Sakutaro looked up at Maria sadly. Maria's face was covered with tears, and it looked as though it had even lost all traces of sadness. So this is after Enge, very young Enge, said to Maria that Sakutaro is just a plush, I suppose.
Question mark.
Question mark. I don't know. Is it or not?
No, it's a question mark.
It's no one really knows.
I
Okay.
think it's a different scene entirely, but
Yeah, but he's asking if he's real. Like someone said that he's just a stuffed animal.
Yeah, but let's continue, and I'm gonna go back to the answer once I'm sure, because I
Okay.
do have an answer, but I'm not sure if I'm
Okay.
correct.
聞こえてるよサクタロは布と綿でできたぬいぐるみマリアのお友達だよエンジェなんか嫌い
Ah, see? Okay.
Also, this is after the scene in the Maria Crusader when they were little. So
Yeah.
not the Angel scene in the school. Okay.
マリア
No, I meant
マリアごめんね
there was a flashback in the flashback at that moment.
Okay.
Everything was
Yes.
black and white, and there was Enge, very little and young Enge, saying, "Oh yeah, Maria, why you?
You're weird.
You're weird. You're talking with a plush while it's not a real person. It's just a plush and cannot talk or move and all of that."
Yeah, it's after that.
ウリュ
So Kutaro regretted doing that. By freezing her, Maria had finally been able to escape from her sadness. By speaking up and calling her back, it caused her to be overwhelmed with sadness again. Sakutaro tried hugging Maria, letting go of her, and gazing at her uneasily. Lost as how he could bring Maria's spirits up. He might have looked a little humorous doing that. In the end, that was enough to stop Maria from her sadness.
ごめんねもう泣いても仕方ないもんねエンジェとは喧嘩しちゃったけどマリアには僕だけじゃないみんなもいるよ
Maria looked at the many stuffed animals around her pillow, which were gathered together as though they were having an idle chat.
みんなマリアのことどうしたらマリアが元気になってくれるかなってずっとみんなはエンジェみたいにいなくならない僕たちはいつだって本当にサクタロたちは家でしか一緒じゃママと一緒にお出かけできないし学校にも一緒に行けない僕たちは学校に行っちゃいけないから先生にでも見つからないならいつだって一緒にいていいサクタロ大きいから見つかっちゃうね
Yeah.
だったら小さくて持ち歩ける子と一緒に行けばいいよ例えばほら森の音楽隊の仲間たちならほら小さいからマリアのポケットに隠れて一緒に音楽隊いっぱいいるポケットに入りきらないよ
She collected all the forest band pieces that were scattered across her bed. There were about as many of them as pieces in a chess set, so it probably be impossible to fit them all in her pocket.
なら特に仲良しのお友達だけを森の音楽隊の中で一番マリアと仲良しのウサギの4つならポケットに入るこれなら見つからないねだからマリアはこれで学校でも一人ぼっちだ僕が一緒に行けないところでもこの子たちなら一緒にいてくれるよなら寂しくないお家に帰ってくるまで我慢できるかも
Are the bunnies the Chester sisters?
Maybe.
Yes, they are. She lost two, and that's why there's only two of them. Okay, I got all of that correct. I see. No answering means yes.
Or I'm joking you.
ママと先生にさ
Yeah.
僕たちは見つかって一緒にいられるんだよ
Maybe, I mean, or maybe the other two are gonna appear out of nowhere because, I mean, at this point.
Maybe.
At this point, if the other two bunny girls or whatever gender they have appear, I wouldn't even be surprised. So yeah.
そしていつまでも一緒にいよう遊んでいよう僕たちはマリアを絶対に一人ぼっちになんかさせないからうりゃ
Marex's practice finally regained a little bit of brightness. That's right. In the beginning, Maria's world didn't have Enge in it. Even without Enge, it was fun with everyone, And yet, strangely enough, he suddenly became sad without Angel, who had come in at the end. And that's happened. All that's happened is that I've returned to the world right before Angel entered it. So there's nothing to be sad about it.
寂しくない。サクタロもみんなも一緒だもん。ウリュウ、マリア大好き。もう人間なんかにマリアの世界。マリアージュ・ソルシエールはマリアとベアトリーチェだけの二人きりのと。もともとベアともエンジェを加えるのには反対してたし、これでいいんだもんね。エンジェはまだ幼すぎたんだよ。エンジェのことはまた仲良しになれるまで当分を忘れていていい。マリアがまた元気を取り戻せたら、それまで僕たちみんながずっとそばにいるからね。
Hi, Neme.
Hi.
サクタロ、みんな。
Then Maria once again regained her former world. She regained a world that was lonely, but she was surrounded by many friends. Just like usual, she didn't have any human friends at school, but her magic friends were always with her. The rubber band she hid in her pockets, full with her during class, sounded like they were having fun. Just listening to that greatly embellished time she spent in class. Maria made it so that as long as Mama and the teacher didn't find out, her other friend could always be with her. When Mama told Maria to go play outside, Maria would secretly pack Sakutaro and Sakusuke and the rest into her bag and play together at the library or somewhere. And when Mom was late coming home, Maria went shopping for dinner. She always went with Sakutaro. Thing that was extremely forbidden, but okay. The man at the convenience store and the other people who were nice to Sakutaro. He sometimes gave a second portion free for Maria and Sakutaro. When Mama found out, Maria would get in trouble for bringing Sakutaro and the rest outside. When the teacher found out, Maria would get in trouble for bringing toys to school. The toxin must be strong in Mama, said the teacher. That's why Sakutaro looks like a normal soft animal to them. After all, the convenience store and the man and the other say hello to Sakutaro. Not all humans are hopeless. There are tons of people who, unlike Angel and Mama and the teacher, can say hello to magic friends like I can. Or maybe they were just seconding you, you know?
今夜もママは帰りが遅いのかい？
でもサクタロたちも一緒だから寂しくね。サクタロ、ウリュウ、今日はね、僕だけじゃないんだよ。他のお友達も一緒な。
おや、他のお友、今日はどんなお友達が一緒なんだい？
今日はね、森の音楽隊のウサギって、ほら、ポケットに入ってるの。
Maybe I can line up 4 ceramic rabbit dolls on the register. As the owner of the shop looked at it, smiling, he sent a signal to part-time with his chin. Then the sign in the other register that said close was taken down, and a voice called for everyone to move over there. All of the people in line by Maria lined up behind that one.
そうかそうか。マリアちゃんにはお友達がいい。ママも早く帰ってきてくれればいいのに。
ママはまたお仕事が忙しい。最近はよくマリアと電話で。
Oh, this is gonna end bad.
でもマリアにはサクタロね。ウリュウ、ウサギの音楽隊、ほら、キューキュー。
ウサギの鳴き声って、はて、そういや聞いたことないな。
Smiling Sakutaro, who was poking his head out of her knapsack, she played around with the rabbit band on the register, making them frolic around. After the shop manager gazed at this pleasantly, he has a slightly pitying look on his face. Can I read something again? One moment.
Sure.
Ah, okay, they opened another register. Okay, because the manager, the owner wanted to be with her for a moment. Okay. This was apparently a single mother household where the mother had to work hard and couldn't come home very often. On top of that, it looked like this girl didn't have any friend. As he watched her play around happily with her dolls and claimed that she wasn't lonely despite everything, he couldn't help but feel a kind of compassion. A Japanese game I'd like to recommend, the game is called Shadow Corridor. I'll look it up if I remember after the stream, honestly.
I'm gonna write it to you.
Thank you. And actually, this wasn't limited to him alone. When I had quite become famous in the shopping district.
マリアちゃん、たまにはおでんも食べなさい。卵とか練り物とか食べないと大きくなれないよ。
おお、クリームパンじゃダメ？
Was originally made by an individual, became popular that gave birth to RTA games, was also part of the Switch and Steam. There's also a sequel. Oh, okay, okay. Sounds like something that I would like, but we'll see.
風流、いろいろ食べないと大きくなれないよ。今日はおでんにしよう。おー、じゃあおでんにする。
そうしなさい。おじさんが多めに入れておくよ。からしいる？
うりゅ、辛いのは苦手。
そうかそうか。じゃあこぼさないように持って帰りな。温かいうちが美味しいよ。
ありがとう。
She planned on getting some sweet pastries for dinner, but since Oden had been recommended to her, she should have been giving that tonight instead. Letting someone else determine the menu makes for an unexpected and interesting meal. Very often Maria had to decide what her dinner would be on her own, so it was easy for the menus to get a little one-sided. So it felt fun to have meals that she hasn't anticipated.
うりゅう、おじさん、おまけしてくれてありがとう。
Send my regards to the other friends. Okay. Ah, it was him talking. Okay. Just audio
まっ
back.
すぐお家へ帰ってから食べるんだよ。
おじさん、ありがとう。
Mia raised the bag with the Oden container high. When you were a child, were there any food that adults recommended to you as being good for your health? Usually it's like vegetables and stuff.
Yeah, carrots. So many
Carrots? Carrots? Specifically carrots?
Yeah, because I would watch like Buzz Bunny and
Ah,
stuff, and
of
they were
course.
always telling me that carrots are good for eyes.
Okay, okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
the usual thing, the carrots are good for eyes. Oh, actually, it's not real. But okay, it makes sense. but yeah, I don't remember a specific items, but vegetable in general, yes. And usually when I was a kid, I always ate lunch at my grandma every day because we live next to the grandma's house. So she was the one that would make me that would give me food. So you know how Italian grandmas are. So yeah. Just a point on that. Every day, antipasto first plate and second plate, and also dessert every day. So yeah.
Oh my god, that's grandma's for you.
Eating vegetable as a child is a universal thing, yes.
あれ、
Oh, is Rosa's home
Nope. Worse.
worse?
うりゅう、どうしたの、マリア。ポケットに鍵がない。
Oh, she forgot her. Standing in front of her door to the house, Maria searched all over her body. The key to the house wasn't there. She thought you put it into the same pocket. So there was no way she had put it in another pocket, but she searched her whole body just in case. Unsurprisingly, it wasn't there.
お財布を出した時に落とした？う お財布を出してしまうときには、途中でポケットを探ったときにもちゃんと手応えが途中まではあった。
Oh, someone took her key? It's been stolen?
落としてなんかいな。
Even though the late autumn wind had been bearable when Maria had been thinking of returning home where the heater was, now that she was confused and lost her key, that wind tormented her. But no matter how hard she had searched, she couldn't find her key. She turned out all her pockets and even tried taking off her jacket and hitting it, but to no avail. Here we're going to die. Yep. Of course, she also turned the knapsack secretary was in upside down, but the key didn't come out. Something that should have been there wasn't where it was supposed to be. Why isn't the key there when I didn't do anything wrong? Why isn't it? Why? Why? Maria was cold and frustrated and angry, and she stamped on the ground. The bottom of her foot throbbed, but that didn't lessen her frustration. At the same time, her tears poured out. It wasn't her fault, so it was someone else's fault. But Maria didn't know who that someone was and could do nothing but continue to let out a moan of anger.
ウリュウ、きっと途中で落とした。探そう。来た道を戻って探そう。せっかくおでん買ったのに、卵とかあったかいうちに食べられない。マリア、悔しいけど探そう。誰も悪くないよ。
I mean, I have someone that I would blame, but... That someone's name would start with an R and it would end with Oza, but maybe, I don't know.
Unexpected, but yes.
Maria's finally entered near to Secretary's world and they began to trot back down the road she had come on. The wind was colder than before and it felt like it was blowing through the corner of her jacket in a mean way.
ウリュウ、しっかり足元を見て探そして早くお家に帰って暖房で温まりながらおでんを食べよう。
Hi, Aido.
きっと美味しいよ。ない。
Secretary encouraged her. Maria searched for the key. She made all the way back to the convenience store where she bought the Odin. She hadn't found it. Just in case she asked the man at the convenience store whether they had found or dropped the key, but they hadn't found anything. One more time she returned home, paying close attention to the area around her feet. But unsurprisingly, she didn't find it. She was no longer frustrated enough to stomp her feet, but hot tears streamed down her face. The Odin had cooled down completely. Even though she had been told it would be delicious when warm, she hadn't been able to eat it. Even though the man had given her so much free stuff.
ママは今夜頑張って探そう。なんで見つからマリア、泣かないで頑張って探そうマリア。
I was no longer able to hold back her tears. Sobbing, she clutched Sakutaro and held the bag of Odin, turning once more down the road she had come by. Perhaps more and more houses and stores had turned their lights off by now. It was even darker and harder to search than before. And once again, without finding the key, she returned to the convenience store.
マリアちゃん、鍵まだ見つからないの？
鍵
お母さん、今日は泊まりだって。鍵ないとお家入れないの？
入れない。
そりゃ困ったね。交番には行ってみた。届いてるかもしれないよ。
ママがおまわりさんに。
そりゃまたどうして？
Sure, because Rhoda would be liable for making such a young girl like Mary watch over the house by herself. You don't say? You don't say? And because she knew that this wasn't something that would be permitted by society. So Mary was indoctrinated into changing the stores she bought things at so she didn't catch the eyes of adults. And into saying no more than a greeting to a policeman even if they told to her. Maria had obediently done as she was told. Instead of considering why she must do that, it was much more concerned with meekly obeying because her mother had told her so. God. But the manager of the convenience store probably didn't think of it that way. In the first place, seeing such a young girl being forced to watch over the house alone, and so frequently, would make anyone worry. And then, after making a round trip between her home and the store once more, and arriving in a convenience store for a third time, a policeman was there.
マリアちゃん、鍵見つかったかい？
見つからない。
お嬢ちゃん、お名前は？
The police asked her name, but Maria didn't answer.
お母さんにおまわりさんとお話ししちゃ大丈夫だよ。おじさんは怖くないよ。お嬢ちゃんは晩ご飯は食べた？
買ったけど、お家に入れないから。
お母さんはどうしてるの？今日は帰ってこないの？お仕事？お母さんの会社の連絡先、わかるかな？
Her hung her head limply. She didn't understand why the policeman was getting mad at her. No, she probably wasn't getting mad at her, but if this reached her mother's ear, then she would definitely be in trouble. Yeah.
Yeah.
If she didn't understand the reason why she would be in trouble, she at least understood that much. But the policeman wouldn't let Maria go. And her head was swimming from hunger. The policeman noticed that, and it was decided that he'd listen to her story as they had in the police box. Maria was taken to the police box. She had her oven heated in a microwave oven, and even salty rice cakes and hot tea were brought out for her. She had been told not to talk to the policeman, but after being asked about Sakutaro, she responded, starting to feel this wasn't a bad person. Ah, okay. The policeman asked about Sakutaro, so she said, okay, he's not a bad person. Okay. And anyway, she wouldn't be able to return home now. She didn't know what to do. She told Mama's work phone number, which she had been told to tell no one off, and to use only in a very, very serious situation. In the tatami room inside the police box, as she ate the oden that was so hot it felt like it would burn her, she watched the policeman making the phone call, easily thinking, I'm probably gonna get in trouble.
Maria, Mamaに怒られるか。
Yep, that's the answer. Yes, definitely. It must have been listening to the phone ringing for a very long time. With the receiver up to his ear, the policeman looked up at the clock, grumbling.
もしもし、もしもし、有限会社アンチローザさんで。
Anti Rosa? Is that the name of the company?
The name of the company. Yes.
Why is it called Anti Rosa?
It said so in the beginning, like she wants to erase her past self or something like that.
Ah, okay. I didn't remember that, but okay.
こちら小松川警察署千本桜駅前交番でござう大館じゃないや、後宮社長さんはいらっしゃいますか？はい。休暇中？
Yep. I suspected that was gonna happen.
はい、社長は昨日から3日間休暇になってます。どういったご用件で？
いや。それでどちらに連絡先とか聞いてたりしませんかね？
ちょっとお待ちいただいてよろしねえ。誰か社長の旅行先聞いて。連絡先。
彼氏と札幌カニ食い放題って聞きました。
Ooh. Such a color with the wonders restricting this between them. Mm-hmm.
了解。もしもし、札幌に行ってるそうですけど、連絡先まではご伝言しますか？
そうですか。じゃあ、もし連絡がつきましたら、こちらから電話があったとお伝え。はい。
After that, I was taken to a police department, which was even eager, and ended up spending the night there. Then they asked me various things about myself. A lady who called herself the district welfare officer came by and asked about a lot of things. And I was told, you poor thing. When I heard that, I learned for the first time.
マリアってかわいそうだったの？ウリュウ、そんなことないよ。マリアは幸せ。
Yeah. How much brainwashed is she by her mother? Of course. Then Rosa came back. Maria was told to go to her room, but on her way back from the bathroom, she hid by the entrance to the living room and listened in on the exchange. The person who had come to visit was the Filmary District Welfare Officer who had asked Maria various questions on that other day.
そういう押し付けは困ります。マリアは心が純粋すぎて繊細だから、無神経な子がいたら傷つけられてしまうんです。
Wait, this is... I don't understand this she's saying?
That's just the exchange in Midras, so...
Okay.
余計なおせっかいはやめてください。でもね、お母さん、そんなに繊細な子なら、なんで一人で家に放置しておくの？お母さんが一緒にいてあげるべきなんじゃないですか？なるべく一緒にいるようにしています。
No.
そんなこと、あなたに指図される覚えはありません。そうですか？この辺のご近所ではとても有名ですよ。お宅のお嬢さんが夜、頻繁に買い物や食事に来る。みんな気にしてて、気を使ってくれてたんですよ。どうしてうちの子だとわかるんですか？
They recognize her, probably?
子供なんて街中にいくらでもいるじゃないですか。勝手にうちのマリアだと決めつけないでください。
How many of them go on their own to eat dinner to get dinner at night? How many?
No, besides that, there's only one thing that this lady could say right now. Only one.
夜に出歩く子供だってたまにはいるでしょう。
No. My mother would have killed me.
Yeah, same. Same.
それらが全てうちの子だという証拠でもあるんですか？ライオンのぬいぐるみを抱いた女の子がよく夕食を食べに来る、買いに来るって。
My mother would have never. If I would have ever done, even by mistake, something like that, my mother would have killed me. And I live in the countryside where there's nothing outside. Literally, there's only like fields, basically. There's only cultivations around here, stuff like that. A lot of mice.
If only Maria had one distinct characteristic about her.
Yeah, if only Maria had like a giant lion plushie.
商店街でもとても有名だったんですよ。みんなマリアちゃんのことを思って大切にしてくれてました。ライオンのぬいぐるみなんてどこにでもあります。
That big?
自宅まで送るなんて余計なお世話です。マリアを誘拐するつもり？マリアに構わない。マリアは私の子です。
It doesn't look like it's your child.
私が育ててます。
This is the most fake phrase ever been said in this game. This from the eye to the exclamation point.
おかしな施設に入れるつもりもまるでありません。余計なおせっかいはやめて。
ライオンのぬいぐるみって僕のこと。
Okay.
大丈夫だ。怒られるのはマリア。サク太郎は関係ないよ。
Mirak Sakutaro continued to watch her mother fearfully.
私もマリアと毎日一緒にいられた。
You were on vacation.
でもシングルマザーですから働かなくちゃ。私はこう見えても会社の社長ですから社員の生活も背負っている。
You were on vacation. You were not working.
一年中仕事で忙しいんですよ。休む暇だってないんです。そう？でもこの3日間お休みだったんでしょ？
Yeah, sure. And they called, and thickest news ever, yes. And they called and you weren't there.
他の頼りない社員では片付けられない案件が私にはどうしてそんな嘘。あなたの会社の人が3日間お休みを取ってますって言って彼氏さんと北海道に行ってきたんでしょ。娘さんを3日間も置いて。彼氏なんて知りません。北海道なんて知りません。どうしてそんなで
Straight lies. Straight up lies.
どうしてなんか証拠でもあるの？
Yes.
何よあんた、勝手に人の家のことに口を出さないでよ。私はマリアを愛してるのよ。私には私なりの愛し方があるのよ。私は旅行になんて行ってないわよ。仕事してたのよ。マリアに1秒でも早く会いたくて、仕事を少しでも早く片付けようと一生懸命会社に泊まり込んで、ずっと知らない北海道なんて知らないわよ。勝手なこと言わないで。
Okay. How did they not do anything about this, like the police? How? Am I gonna have my answer? Probably. You don't know.
I honestly don't remember.
That's okay. That's okay. It's not necessary. An explanation is not necessary, but I was just wondering. Rosa's rage, her hair flying wildly. I think I was knocked over from the force of her standing up, but far louder than that was the sound of her beating the table with both hands. When faced with this rage that could accurately be described as wide-eyed derangement, the strict welfare officer couldn't help but be taken aback. And the same went for Maria, who was secretly watching this from the hallway. She had always seen her mother in a rage several times before this, but she had never seen her in this craze.
He's crazed with anger.
In this crazed with anger, okay.
No, this crazed. There's no in.
I don't know why I seen a Ian. I was so
You've
sure it
never
was
seen
there.
her like this. No.
Crazed with anger. Yeah, I don't know. When she saw this, Maria was sure it was no longer her mother. It was some other evil being that was possessed by her mother body. And then she herself was discovered by the evil being. Maria knew that she was being reflected in the evil being's eyes. Her mind went blank, and she felt as though her field of vision was raising off into the distance. If it was Maria, would have booked it out of a window and run away as fast as possibly could. Yes, but I mean, you notice from the way Maria is describing things and also talking about what's happening around there, she has been completely brainwashed since the day she was born, basically. She doesn't really get many of those things. Also, she's probably not capable of understanding most of those things. So, yeah. It was normal for her. If you're that young and something like that happens all the time, if it's normal at a certain point, it becomes normal, I suppose. After fiercely closing in on Maria, Rosa mercilessly slapped her on the small shoulders and dropped her gaze towards the stuffed animals Maria was holding. Sakutaro. There we go. There we go.
ウリュウ、マリアは僕がついていくって言ったの。違うよ。マリアが寂しいから勝手にサクタロを連れてったの。
No, Mika, you can't. What the heck? You're leaving now? No. That's not allowed. If we have to suffer, you will have to suffer as well. So you stay here. It's not allowed.
Let's go.
だからママ、サクタロは悪くないの。ウリュウ、マリア。サ
Instead of Maria's, the brunt of Rosa's anger was aimed at the lion-stuffed animal Maria was holding. A girl went shopping in the middle of the night, always clutching a lion-stuffed animal. Because of that, she had become well known in the shopping center. Did she told her that just because she didn't want her to be recognized?
Yes. That's why she did that. Also because it's weird.
She's young, it's not that weird.
To her it's weird.
It's like,
she's already 9.
She's 9. It's not like she's 19.
I know. Ta Rosa.
Every single horse, she stamped her heel and banged fiercely on the wall. Of course, she didn't make direct contact with Maria. However, the violence of large sounds simply beat against her. Did the policewoman... the welfare agent went away, right?
No, it's here. She's right here.
She's looking at these. Okay.
Nope. She's trying to stop that.
Stop that. Okay. At the welfare office, I come back to her senses and was pinning Rosa's arm behind her back. But in the instant Rosa was touched, she went wild, furiously throwing the welfare officer off. She hit the table and fell to the ground. A teacup on the table smashed on the floor, making a violent sound. Is that a real... Rosa, what the heck is your problem? That is a problem? What the fuck? I admitted it honestly. If she hadn't admitted, then Sakata would have said something to take the blame. So by admitting it was right away, she was protecting her small friend. Thank you. Maria fishes around in her pocket, pulling out 4 ceramic rabbits with her tiny hands. Rabbits were her close friends who could be together with her. Okay, she's gonna break them too. 2 of them at least. Who could be together with her at school in Secretary's place. When Rosa saw that, she shook her head slightly, as though dizzy. On a school notice, it had been written that Maria was apparently bringing toys to school and playing with them, and her family was instructed to try and prevent this. But Rosa had rejected that, blaming their teacher and phoning in a protest of her own to the school, saying there was no way her child would bring toys to school. For nearly an hour, she had shot at the vice principal to stop making false accusations about her daughter. To a certain degree, those at school as Gracia Maria was a pitiful girl. They knew that the small toys she brought in were her lonely friends, so they had done their best to overlook it. But when the other student caught sight of them, some of the boys had started complaining only she could bring toys, and the school had racked their brains how to cope with this. They tried to gently send a warning by way of the mother, but after Rosa's overreaction, even Maria's teacher decided to overlook it. But now Rosa knew. She had been the one who was wrong, and that really had been bringing toys to school. And those at the school. I know she was a disgrace who would bring toys to school and play with them as though they were her only friends. To Rosa, who thought her daughter was just a little different from normal children. Having this peculiar side of her daughter exposed and found fault, which was no more than anything else, something she couldn't bear. So she howled, she raged. The district welfare officer tried to cut between Rosa and Maria again, but she only met with Rosa's wrath once more. Rosa once again threw the woman off with a face like a demon. And even when that failed to curb her anger, she stomped on the ground over and over again so forcefully that it seemed she might break through the floor. Then, after seeming to come back to her sense for a second, she immediately froze her harsh breathing and asked Maria,
そのウサギの音楽隊はマリアの大切なお友達。そう、4人もお友達がいてよかったわ。
As she said that, Rosa grabbed one of the rabbits from Maria's hand, then shoved it in front of Maria's eyes so she could see it very well. The cute rabbit only on a trumpet was a small doll like a chess piece. She sort of lifted it into the air. Of course, Maria's and Sakutaro's eyes also followed it. And then with a speed that the eye couldn't follow, she smashed it against the wall. She doubtfully imagined that this worst possible thing might happen, so she instantly realized what had been done. So Maria let out a short, despairing scream. It was in pieces. It had been small and sturdy, but it hadn't been enough to withstand her mother's fierce rage.
ママの言うことをちゃんと聞かないから、今後ママの言うことを守らないたびにまた覚えておきなさい。
あなた、そんなことするなんて母親ですか？そんなことしてお嬢さんが傷つかないと思ってるんですか？
Uh-huh.
マリアが私も傷ついているのよ。
You?
私の傷は誰が責任取ってくれるのよ。誰が？あんたは黙っててって言ってるでしょ。
やめてママ、悪いのはマリア。おばさんを怒らないで。マリアは悪くないよ。マリアを怒らないで。うりゅうりゅうりゅうりゅう。
そのぬいぐるみごっこをやめろって言ったでしょ。大体ね、気持ち悪いのよ。ぬいぐるみがお友達ってあんた今年でいくつよ。
9?
何歳よ。こんなの布と綿の気持ち悪い下手くそなぬいぐるみ。こんなのしか友達いないのあんた。こんな化け物のぬいぐるみとお友達ごっこしてる暇があったらなんであなたにはいつまでもお友達。そうなんだからいつまでもクラスで変わり者扱いされてバカにされて。もうほんとしっかりしていい加減にして。こんなぬいぐるみ遊びもう卒業しちゃってよ。
うりゅうりゅう。
だからそのぬいぐるみごっこをやめろって言ってる。
ママ返して。さき太郎返して。うりゅう。
Of course. Mama grabbed onto Sakutaro's head and took it from me. Then she smashed him against the wall over and over.
やめろっつってんのよ。そのぬいぐるみごっこをやめろっつってんでしょ。こんなぬいぐるみがあるから。だから あんたはいつまでも友達を作らない。だから一人だけクラスで浮いてておかしな子扱いされるんでしょうが。こんなぬいぐるみあげなきゃよかった。こんな気持ち悪いぬいぐるみあげなきゃよかった。やめてー。サクタロ返して、サクタロ返して。サクタロはマリアのお友達、親友なの。サクタロさえいれば他には何もいらない。だから返して、返して。
For some reason, my frankly request just added oil to the fire of Mama's anger. Mama pushed my arm aside as I tried to grab Sakutaro and snatch him back. And in a bizarre way, she stuck her fingernails on both hands. Wait, what? Pushed my arm aside as I tried to grab Sakutaro and snatch him back. And in a bizarre way, she stuck her fingernails on both hands deep into Sakutaro, twisting him. The red muffler, which I carefully wrapped for him every day, came off and fell to the floor. Sakutaro had been so precious to me, was twisted, smashed, and torn at with fingernails so much. He was twisted painfully, his face curving in sadness. The mama's fingernail found a stitch on her neck and tore it. With the fingernails on both hands, she tore it apart. In that instant, Sakutaro's yellow cloth and the cotton inside burst apart. It looked almost like moist cotton candy. The crumpled yellow cloth and the cotton candy flying out were thrust right in front of my eyes. Then through Mama's face, the evil being stated clearly. Oh! There's even...
right?
Yeah. There is Maria Whiteheart, which was torn apart. His broken vessel can only be regenerated by the Maester who created him, Rosa. However, Rosa disposed the vessel fragment and even lost the pattern paper. On top of that, his existence was denied by the Maester herself, so his resurrection is now impossible. The Maester died in 1986, and any chance for his resurrection disappeared for all time. Even the Endless Witch Beatrice could not manage it. So, I was seeing him. Maybe because she didn't know.
I don't think she knows that.
Yeah. Mabaga Gyurui Gyugo. Gikuguki? Kutaro. Sakuta. Oh. What is this?
British.
She's like crying. Okay.
Maria, 泣くんでない。ベアトリーチェ、ベアトリーチェ。サク太郎は良き友人であって、そなたがそれを忘れぬ限り、常にそなたとだから泣くんでない。生き返らせて。ベアトはいろんな魔法が使えるんだもん。サク太郎だって生き返らせられるよね。それは無論サク太郎がわらわの家具だったならそれも、しかしサク太郎はそなたの家具、わらわにそれは難しい。難しいってことは無理じゃないんだよね。生き返らせて、無限の魔法で生き返らせて。実はな、サク太郎のよりしろはローザの手作りのぬいぐるみであったろ。そのローザが
作太郎を否定し、母にその生を許されなかった命は存在できぬのだ。
His words were feeble, because she knew that no matter what the excuse, it wouldn't be enough to call Maria and make her accept it. But she had to communicate the painful truth to her disciple and close friends. She had to tell her the fact that even with all her own power, even she could not revive Sakutaro.
そなたが作太郎の存在を強く信じる限り、その魂が消え去ることは。だからマリア、どうか悲しむな。今もほら、すぐそこで作太郎が微笑んでいると信じるのだ。やだ！
作太郎を生き返らせ、やだ。
諦めよ。作太郎を蘇らせる魔法。そしてそれでもなお作太郎がそなたの親友であり続ける、その力が魔法となる。
そんなの魔法じゃない、魔法じゃない。作太郎が生き返らなきゃ嫌だ。ママの手作りだからダメなの。どうしてママは作太郎をマリアにプレゼントするためじゃない、マリアのお友達にするためじゃないの。なのに
Questa grandissima...
自分で作って自分で壊したの。どうしてママは自分で産んで自分で壊す。
Because your mom's a bitch, that's the only reason that I can't think about right now.
わかんない、わかんない。
I'm thinking something, but I don't know if I can say it or not.
ママが憎いよ。ママが憎い。悔しい、悔しい、悲しい、悲しい。作太郎がそうされたようにママをねじり上げてやりたい。爪を立てて引き裂いて布地と綿にしてやりたい。悔しいよ、悔しいよ、ベアトリーチェ。作太郎。
I know this is always acting.
Damn! From the darkness behind Maria's back, two massive jet-like arms creeped out, twisting around Maria's as she sobbed in anger. The massive fingernails stuck into Maria's chest and stomach. Maria could not see that, but Beato could. Anger and sadness without any place to go will tear you apart. Beato knew that. She could see that. Yes. In the end, the massive arms were Maria's own. Those fingernails slowly started to eat into her chest and stomach. With her immense size and strength, those arms could probably tear Maria's into bits easily. But Maria herself couldn't notice. Though in a sea of her own tears, she couldn't notice that her own arms were trying to tear apart her own chest.
悔しい、悔しい。作太郎がどうしても生き返らせられないなら、マリアは復讐したい。ママを同じ目に合わせてやりたい。作太郎と同じ目に合わせてやりたいの。ベアトリーチェ、そのための魔法を教えて。ママをやっつける魔法を教えて。
その言葉は本心か。
ママを殺してやる。あれはママじゃない。ママに取り付いた悪い魔女だ。ママの魔女を殺して。
よかろう。その力を心美しきそなたが自らに、そなたにその苦しみを与えた心なき母こそがよほど引き裂かれるに値する。教えようぞ、魔女の世界の光さすことなき深淵の奥底を。
作太郎、作太郎。みんな嫌い、大嫌い。ママも嫌い、エンジェも嫌い。みんな大嫌い。
Oh, okay, we're cutting here now. Okay.
Let's shift for a second.
It's more or less what I was expecting, but still, damn.
It's so bad. There's the scene was very much anticipated.
Yes.
There's no way you can get
No.
to this
It's
point and
yeah. I mean, you cannot be blind to that. Even if you know that that's gonna happen. And it's more or less
It's
what I was
so bad.
thinking, but still, how I my only question is how after that the police saw that the welfare agent saw how Rosa reacted to all of that. How did they let them keep a daughter? Because there's no way.
I honestly am not sure about that.
Yeah, no. It's not like you have to answer now.
But I agree.
It's like, what the heck? So damn.
Not only she indeed killed Sakutaro,
She also
she
killed.
did it in front of Maria's eyes
Yes.
and stating it.
Stating that he was dead. So yeah. Mother of the Year, everyone. And
Mother of the
and
century,
all of that. In all of that, you could definitely see that, feel that Maria was in the peak of her desperation, and even hearing that, she kept doing that.
I always gush out about Beatrice's voice actress being amazing, but can we share a couple of words for Maria's voice actress?
Oh
Because,
yeah, honestly, yes, and yes,
that's painful. It's painful to listen to this.
yes.
Also, once again, I played these two scenes one after another at 4 a.m. in the morning.
Oh man.
These scenes feel endless.
No, it does feel endless, and it's also taking their time because it's like
It's correct,
it's twisting the knife in the wounds, literally, because it's slow. The pace is slow. It describes every minute detail of what's going on.
Yeah.
And even after that, when one of the toys, let's call them like that, dies, there's like the CG of the blood on the ground, like exactly like anyone in Rokijima dies, in the same exact way. So yeah.
Umineko is an amazing game. You should definitely play it. There's a bunch of magic and happy things and traumas and
traumas and beautiful parents and she still was not taken away from her mother. Yes, and that is what the heck. There's probably a reason. There must be a reason, but still.
I don't know. Honestly, that's something that I kinda...
Even if they don't explain it, it's not really important because it's not the actual point, but still.
No, it's not the point, but I do...
I do wonder, though.
I do wonder. I wonder how much has passed between these and the actual conference as well.
I don't think that much time, because Maria looked more or less the way she is during the conference, so must have been that much time. I have a question now to think about it. Beatrice appeared there the moment at the peak of Maria's suffering. How?
Maria was calling her.
Yes, but I don't know. It's a little bit strange because but she is supposed to be. But she has no body, right?
She has no body.
So yeah.
They are in the same alliance,
Mm-hmm.
and Maria was calling for her.
Yes. Is this scene in the anime as well?
Yes, this scene is in the anime.
Is it as well made as I can think about it?
I don't think so, just because the anime does not have this much time. But I'm pretty sure the scene is in the anime.
Okay.
I'm gonna
So
look it up in the meantime, just because I need to take a break.
just to think about it. Is it this is the moment where Maria becomes an actual witch, right?
I would
think
argue that she was already a witch, but
like a full-fledged witch, I'd say, because she was like an apprentice of a witch or all of that. Not 100% of a witch, let's say, like maybe 80%.
No.
Because also here Beatrice teaches her some magic to defeat her mother. So I'd say that this is the point. Does all the witches have a life of suffering without deserving it? Apart Eva. Eva definitely deserves it.
I wouldn't say so.
Because the witches we have seen right now are Beatrice, and we know that she's been like harassed so much that she has been forced in a physical body that wasn't her own. And then who else? Maria, and we have seen her. Enge, we have seen her like earlier. Who else? I mean, there's Lamdetta Burn Castle, but we don't really know much about them.
Okay, I am glad, not really glad to share that both scenes are in a single episode. But
yeah.
there's just these two. So half episode is for Angel's stuff, and half
for Maria. Okay, yeah, it makes sense. Yeah. Beautiful.
Oh, wait. Okay, the scene is different though.
Okay.
The scene is a little different, and there is another thing that it's extremely important in the middle, which is not yet taken into consideration in the visual novel. So they added
that part, little part. I see.
It makes sense, but it's very rushed.
I see.
And Angel's scene is the same, but Maria's scene is a little bit, a lot way more rushed.
I see. But I mean, it makes sense. There's a lot of description in this scene, so yeah, it makes sense for it to be faster.
The only thing
in an
that I
act.
think is just that they changed, but I think it's just because of frames and seconds in animation. They let Rosa drop one of the rabbits instead of purposefully flinging it against the wall as a punishment.
Could be for any reason, but I mean, as long as the message is the same, I'd say that's not much of a difference. Depends on how.
I think in the anime it just passes that Rosa is angry as fuck. Here in the visual novel, she is evil. She is evil.
She is evil.
In the anime, it's just she's angry as fuck.
Ah, okay. No,
So
Rosa
not
is
as
evil.
strong.
Rosa is evil, and there's no actual redeem for her, for what I can
No.
see.
No, the point where you actually realize there is no explanation on how she's acting, just except for she's not mature at all to be a mother. Is when
She's
says,
she's
"Who's
not
gonna take
she's not
responsibility
capable
for
of
my
being a
baby?"
mother, and that's it. And that's it.
She's
If you have a daughter and you decide to leave her home while you're alone while you're on vacation, that's it. You're not capable of being a parent, and you're evil also. Also, no one asked you to have a daughter, so yeah.
I'm gonna share one thought that I had when I read the scene the first time, and that I had again while reading it, because I don't think it's said anywhere. I've always thought that she broke Sakutaro because she can't break Maria.
Yes,
If she could,
she
she
can.
would have.
Also think about it. The welfare agent was there in front of her. Probably, I think, if the welfare agent wasn't there, Maria would have been dead. Think about it.
I wouldn't put it past her.
What do you mean?
In that moment, I can imagine Rosa doing that.
She also think about it. She didn't slap her. Thing that she usually do. Because she couldn't. Because she had a witness there. It's implied, of course, but a slap is nothing. We have seen that Maria gets slapped like every other day, or maybe every other hour, let's say.
Every other minute.
Every other minute. So, yeah. And she didn't even touch her. The only moment she touched her is when Maria tried to grab Sakutaro from her hands, and she just moved her away.
Yeah.
If the welfare agent wasn't there, I think she would have hit her so hard she would have killed her. Honestly. Also, notes aside, not small notes. The image of the black hand grabbing Maria's chest is an amazing visual image for sadness and anger. Okay. What do you think? We should stop here? I
think so. I think so. It's enough feelings for today.
Enough suffering for today.
Enough suffering for today. I told you this was gonna be today's live.
I noticed the name of the stream for today. You know, okay? You dare say yes? Okay. So yeah, so everyone, this has been the stream of suffering. As the title says. So yeah. Well,
Yay.
I also noticed that Pocket 5, I guess, suffering. Yep. Also that Angie's taking a boat, and the boat is shaking, so she really is noticing the boat is
Butler
shaking.
sister.
She really is Butler's sister. But is she going to Rakenjima?
She is planning on going to Rokkenjima. I
she-
don't know if she's actually going to Rokkenjima now.
She says she's on the boat. She's on a boat. So the only
I'm on a boat.
I'm on a boat.
Everybody look at me as I'm standing up. Sorry.
This reminds me of a very Italian meme. Stamattina ci siamo risvegliati in Sardegna. Di ciao. Non lo sai? No, dopo te lo devo far vedere.
No.
I'll show you later. It's a very Italian meme, and there's a blasphemy in the middle.
Oh, I see.
And that's why it's funny. So, you know, Mika knows what I'm talking about. Okay, see?
Of course. No, of course.
Of course. Okay, so everyone, none of my people and the meme, yes. Okay, so the next stream is gonna be in 2 days. There's gonna be a Yap Yap collab with Ofi, Leia, and Astra. So yeah, she's also gonna be there, and I think you're also gonna be streaming, Ofi.
Yes, I think, yes, I am gonna stream, and also I have Silent Hill tomorrow because I really don't want to.
Silent Hill tomorrow.
Don't want to be.
Are you
active
restarting?
this week.
Are you restarting? Or
Already restarted.
oh yeah,
Yes,
you already
now.
restarted. Yeah. I
We
remember.
are at Sakuko, I think.
Okay, yeah. What else? Thank you for being here. I will
Thank you for
go.
suffering with
Thank you
us.
for suffering with us.
We.
Offie, share the meme with Offie. Illicin did. Oh, I see. She forgot.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
it could
forgot.
be. It could be.
Of course.
Okay,
So-
everyone. Thank you for being here. Have a good night, and I'll see you guys in a bit in a PixelBit. Bye bye.
Bye.